Hey everyone, I'm Mike from theparkprodigy.com, and on today's video, we are going to break down how to determine if the Disney dining plan is worth it for your family. And the very popular Disney dining plan is back at Walt Disney World, and Disney's running a couple promotions also here at the Park Prodigy. If you stick around till the end of this video, I will fill you in on how we are getting ready to run a Disney dining plan promotion where you can possibly get a couple extra days for your kids where they'll eat free. You do have to book through the Park Prodigy. I will kind of start the video by stating that. But really, I've started breaking down the numbers, and I just kind of had to jump on here and kind of, fill everyone in at home on what I'm looking at and how I feel like we can potentially, game the system and help you determine if the Disney dining plan is worth it, get the most bang for your buck. So if you are in the process of planning a Walt Disney World trip, just be sure to stick around until the end of this video. Thank you all again so much for checking out this video. Like I said, we are about to break down exactly how to figure out if the Disney dining plan is worth it or not for your family. And if you are in the process of planning a Walt Disney World trip and you do need more videos like this, just be sure to hit that subscribe button, as we have a lot more similar content coming out in the coming weeks to get you as prepared as possible for your next family vacation. But let's jump right in and let's start with the basics and let's kind of get a feel for, which Disney dining plans are back. So as of this point in time, there are 2 dining plans that are back that you can book with a Walt Disney World vacation in 2024 and beyond. So the first dining plan is going to be the quick service dining plan, and this dining plan is going to include 2 quick service meals per night of your stay, 1 snack / non-alcoholic drink per night of your stay, and then 1 resort refillable drink mug. Pricing for this dining plan is going to be $57.01 for adults and then $23.83 for kids. So now moving over to the next dining plan, and this is probably going to be the most popular dining plan that a lot of families are looking at. This is going to be just quote unquote the Disney dining plan. And what this dining plan will include is essentially 1 quick service meal per night of your stay, 1 table service meal per night of your stay, 1 snack / non-alcoholic drink per night of your stay, and then 1 resort refillable drink mug. So the pricing, before we jump in, for the regular Disney dining plan is going to be $94.28 for adults, and then it's going to be $26.69 for kids. You could see kids, the difference between the regular quick service dining plan to the Disney dining plan, it's not significant. It's only $3, per child per day. It really is, for the adults, where we're seeing the significant upgrade. And so we're focusing on the adults in this video, because when you break down the numbers on the regular kids when they're dining, the kids do have to purchase from the kids menus. But when you look at the average price of the kids menus and you look at what you're paying for your kids to have the dining plan, we just think it's really really difficult to not get at least somewhat of a bang for your buck. Or even if you fall short, you're only falling short by a couple dollars. It's not as significant as you'll see for the Disney dining plan. Like, you're spending $94 per person per day. If you fall short, you could fall short by $15-20 per person per day, and that it's a waste of money when you add it up over 4 or 5, 6, 7 days. I can go on for infinity. But that's kind of what we're looking at here. We're pretty much saying, okay, what is your average spend per item in your dining plan, to try to figure out how are you getting the biggest bang for your buck. Okay. Now, I will state that for the kind of premise of this video, what we're doing is we're not including that resort refillable drink mug in our numbers and kind of how we're breaking things down, just because there is, of course, there's limited restrictions with that. You do have to get the refills at a Walt Disney World hotel. So I don't really, feel like that's going to be something that, guests are taking advantage of the entire day, if that makes sense. For the premise of this video, what we're really doing is we're really breaking down most of the restaurants within the theme parks to really help you make that decision on if this upgrade is worth it or not for your family. And so let's jump in and let's start to break down what is actually included. 2 quick service meals included for the quick service dining plan. What is that? The way it's broken down is each meal is going to be 1 entree from a quick service restaurant and then 1 non-alcoholic beverage. And then Disney also states it could be 1 alcoholic beverage for guests 21 or older. So that is important to keep in mind to kind of, again, to get the biggest bang for your buck. But it also doesn't have to be a alcoholic beverage. It doesn't have to be like a soda. You'll see it could be like a milkshake, stuff like that. Going over to the regular Disney dining plan. So again, essentially what this will include is for breakfast, it's going to include one entree, one non-alcoholic beverage, or for breakfast, it can include one full buffet, and then same thing, one non-alcoholic beverage. Over to lunch or dinner, at the sit-down restaurants, it's going to include one entree, one dessert, then one non-alcoholic beverage, or it can include one full buffet and then one non-alcoholic beverage. And then the important thing to also keep in mind, and not this is supposed to be a basics video, but what we're doing for this video is we're just focusing on the restaurants within the theme parks, and I'm just focusing on restaurants that are just going to be, one quick service kind of voucher each, like one quick service meal each. Disney has certain restaurants within the parks that you can use with the Disney dining plan. So some of the restaurants that come to mind are going to be Cinderella's Royal Table, Be Our Guest, right? So some of these restaurants, if you would like to use a Disney dining plan, they'll actually take 2 of your meal vouchers to, take advantage of this restaurant. We're not including those in this list. This is very simply just the basics, the restaurants within the parks, that it would be, one entree, one non-alcoholic beverage off of your Disney dining plan. Okay, so we're going to start with the quick service dining plan. And essentially what we went and we did is we went and we looked at over 38 quick service restaurants within the Disney World main 4 theme parks. And what we tried to do is we tried to say, okay, for the quick service dining plan where we have 2 entrees, we have 2 non-alcoholic beverages, and then we have 1 snack, right? So what is the average cost of the entrees at all of these quick service restaurants? And then from there you try to figure out, okay, how essentially do I back in to the 5701 number to make sure I'm getting the biggest bang for my buck? And so what I found was when we went and we looked at the average meal cost is $12.72. Then when we went, we looked at the average beverage. And again, a lot of this is mostly, sodas and coffees, stuff like that. The average beverage cost is $5.48. And then the average snack cost in the park is $4.50. And so what we found is on average, if you got the average meal, the value you would get out of that is essentially for your 2 entrees, you would get a value of $25.44. For your 2 beverages, you would get a value of $10.96. And then for your snack, you would get a value of $4.50. And that comes to $40.90. So again, on average, I would say most guests are not going to get the biggest bang for their buck unless they make sure to strategically pick out what they want. I will also say that, and I should have probably said this earlier in the video, but I also think that there's a convenience aspect and a budgeting aspect that comes with the Disney dining plan as well. I think it really is important for families to really understand the full, Disney vacations are a large financial commitment, and I do think there's something to be said for understanding exactly how much you have to budget, like all in, including food going into your Disney vacation. So I think it will take stress away as well. So I don't want families to, don't stress out over the top, making sure that you're, getting the biggest bang for your buck. It's important, but of course, there's also, other things that are important as well. So what do you have to do to get the biggest bang for your buck? Well, just like it sounds, essentially, instead of, if we said on average, the average meal will cost $12.72. Really what you need to try to find is a meal that's going to cost on average around $17.73. So that's kind of what you want to try to find. You want to try to find a meal that's around, $17, and you do that twice. And then again, the reason being is because then you would have gotten $35 worth of entrees from your quick service meal plan. Over to the beverages, it's the same thing with the beverages. We got to bump those numbers up a little bit. And on average, you want to try to find beverages that are going to be around $7.64. Again, because that will bring you 2 beverages, you'll get for $15.28, and then you get 1 snack. On average, you want to bring that snack up to $6.27. And then if my math is correct, like I just said, you pretty much come to 5701. And we're going to have a PDF that kind of breaks down like everything that I'm talking about in this video. But as you could see, that's kind of what we're looking at here. The basic thing to take away from this is you want to be spending at least between your entree and your drink per meal. If you get the quick service dining plan, you want to get $25 worth of food and a drink per person, per adult, essentially. So moving over to the Disney dining plan, and of course this is a little bit more complicated because there is now that sit down restaurant aspect to it. You do get that 1 sit down meal, And of course, you're spending significantly more money at $94.28 per person. So same thing what we did here was we went and we looked at, a bunch of just like I said, the sit-down restaurants in the park that are only going to take one, dining credit from your plan. And so now, again, we kind of did the same thing. And the quick service meal for the main Disney dining plan was easy. We're at the same average. We're at $12.72, right? Then going over to that one sit-down meal, what we found was on average, most of the entrees on the sit-down Disney dining restaurants are going to be coming in at $33.48. Now, the other important thing to keep in mind too is that with these meals, if it's a dinner or a lunch, you do get a dessert. So we included dessert, and what we found was on average, the dessert would cost $9.21. Same thing with the beverage, we're in at $5.48, and then we have a snack on average at $4.50. So what we found was when you just go with the averages, if you get the average food items, for your regular Disney dining plan, you're pretty much coming in at $70.87. And like I said, if you're off for these adult prices, if you're off and you're spending the 24 extra bucks, per person per day, that can add up very quickly. So you do want to make sure that you kind of have an understanding of, how do I get the biggest bang for my buck, like I keep saying. And so what we're finding here is when we jump over to the average quick service meal, you do need to get your number up to $16.92. When you jump over to your sit down meal, you do have to get, that sit down food item up to $44.54. For dessert, we do need to get it up to $12.25. Over to your beverage, $7.29. Over to your snack, $5.99. And if my math is correct, we come to $94.28. So you're getting, you're kind of breaking even on that. And so the main thing to take away is really on that sit down meal, really what you're trying to do is all in between your entree, your drink of choice, and then that dessert. You really want to be around $64. And that sounds crazy, right? I've said this a bunch of times on our channel. I come from New York City, so I'm kind of used to seeing these prices. So it's the same thing over in Disney World. If this is your first time to Disney World and you're like, wow, $64, like how could I spend $64 per person? Like I don't see that happening. Well, you'll see. Get down there and the food menus and stuff like that. Yeah, you can easily spend $64. Of course, you just have to make sure that you're finding food items that you enjoy, which is another important thing. Of course, I don't want people stressing out over, savings isn't everything. You do have to make sure that you have the food items that you enjoy. But that's why it's important to understand this as well, where maybe if you see that, hey, like, yeah, I just personally like chicken fingers and french fries. I don't really need these crazy fancy restaurants. And maybe the regular Disney dining plan isn't the best bet, and that quick service plan could be a better value. When we start to look at, okay, like, so how can I get the biggest bang for my buck from a beverage standpoint, right? Like I said, so that one non-alcoholic beverage or one alcoholic beverage for guests 21 or up, that beverage can be beer or cider, wine or sangria, or mixed drinks and specialty cocktails. And then also, again, a quote-unquote non-alcoholic beverage. So a single-serving non-alcoholic beverage can include items such as milkshakes, fresh smoothies, premium hot chocolate, soda, coffee, or tea. So again, even for the kids or for guests who are not going with the alcoholic beverages, get a milkshake or get a fresh smoothie. I'm not telling you how to live your life, but if you're trying to get the biggest bang for your buck, possibly upgrade to a milkshake. Over to the snacks, when we're looking at the snack pricing, average snacks that Disney's kind of given us as examples are going to be frozen ice cream, popsicle or fruit bar, 2 scoops of hand-scooped ice cream, a popcorn scoop, single serving box. It does not include those infamous specialty popcorn buckets, piece of whole fruit, single serve bag of snacks, 20-ounce bottle of Coca-Cola, different stuff like that. We do have an entire video coming out on how to get the best bang for your snack. So definitely keep an eye out on that. And we are going to be creating a PDF for that as well, so you can kind of take it to the parks and kind of look at the different snacks. So again, like I said, if you are in the process of planning a Walt Disney World trip, just be sure to subscribe to our channel and you will be notified as soon as we drop that video as well. But that is it, everyone. That is how to try to figure out if the Disney dining plan is worth it or not. I know I threw a lot of numbers out at everyone watching at home. However, this is the system that we have, so there is a way to game the system, and this is kind of what you want to be looking at as you figure out, first and foremost, is the Disney dining plan right for me? And then once, if you know that you are going to get the Disney dining plan, either one of them, quick service or the regular dining plan, like how do I get the most for the money that I just spent? So this is kind of where you definitely need to start. So I think that's all the time we have for today. And like I said, if you are in the process of planning a Walt Disney World vacation, we are getting ready to run a deal where it's going to be, at least if you buy 2 days of the Disney dining plan, we will give kids 2 days free. So if you do have young kids and you're between the ages of 3 to 9 and you're shopping around for Walt Disney World vacation packages, just be sure to go check out our website, reach out to us, and we will provide a custom quote. And like I said, if you purchase at least a 2-day Disney dining plan, you will get 2 days for your kids absolutely free. And that does have to be booked specifically at theparkprodigy.com. That is not a deal that Disney is running directly. This is something that we are doing through our small business. And I will leave a link in the comment section of this video if you would like to receive a quote from the Park Prodigy team. But I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all again so much for checking out this video. And until next time, I will talk to you soon.